I'm Mrs. Stella Manual, the legal holder of this organization. It's a home for children. We call it as Pumpkin House for Children Trust. Why do I call it like that? It is like the statement that was ringing into my mind. It is like protect you, my priceless skin. So once I was carrying a little baby to one of the homes to Mother Teresa's home. So the thing that was ringing into my mind was, Stella, you protect this, my priceless skin. So it was a conversation, like with God and saying, of course I'm protecting it. I'm taking it over to a home. I'm protecting the child. But somehow when I finished giving the child over to that organization, I was not very happy about what I had done. I felt I had given that child to somebody else to do the job, and I had not done it myself. Being into this educational line for the last 40 years, I felt many of them are dropouts. Many do not have a home. You need to shelter these children who are dropouts. All of a sudden, as teachers, we say the rule says if the child has not been in school for 3 months, we just write they removed from roll. And we don't bother to what has happened to the child. We don't go back. But somehow I always felt, when a child was removed from school, to go and have a look at what had happened. So finally once I just happened to find a child who dropped out of school, and then I asked him, I said, what is it? And he says, ma'am, I cannot afford to come to school. I've lost my father, my mother. I don't have a shelter. My people do not want to take me home. So to my greatest surprise, I asked him, I said, where do you stay? He said, you'd like to visit my home? I said, of course, I'd like to visit your home. So after school, this is what I did. I got in contact with children who like to study. For me, education is my religion. So I went over to his home. It's just beside here near the railway station. I saw a little hut and he took me in. So I felt, okay, he's staying with his grandparents. It was not his grandparents, it was nobody. It was a beggar who had rented his little house to him. So then I felt, oh my goodness, I cannot go down so low, just give and come. If a beggar can be so charitable, what am I doing then? So I came back home and I thought over it. I said, if he could give a shelter, why not I? So the boy who was 11 years old came back and he told me, he just asked me one thing. He said, you've got only 3 children, ma'am. Why don't I stay with your children in your house? So, okay, it was okay with me, with my husband. So I said, okay, fine. Then after some time, there was 1, there was 2, there was 3, there was 4. Then I had to do something. I registered myself legally and got this children's home. We began the children's home. We did not have anything much, but I felt you have the courage, you want to do it, God helps you out. From 1 and 2, we came up to 21, then 44. We even reached a number of 110. But then it was really very, very heavy. By then, many of them understood what I was doing. Many did not understand what I was doing. They felt, okay, the whole world is poor. I agree with the whole world is poor. But can we not do a little drop to change at least a few lives? So Pumpkin House for Children Trust is a home for children. There are deprived children, broken down families, parents who do not want them, illegitimate children who are thrown out. So I just take all these children together, and our greatest job is educating them, medicating them, and giving them good food. Really giving them good quality food and a family treatment. It's not a boarding house. It's a home. It's my residence. I kept them in my residence, only praying to God, my God, keep us all safe. So everybody is safe here, and we medicate the children when they come over. We give them their vaccinations. There is a checkup. There's a medical treatment being given for children who really need a lot of medical treatment, and they are healthy. All that down the line, what I wanted to do is give them a family where you can't grow up and say, I never had a good childhood. So you have a childhood. Excuse me. You have a mother here. You have a father here. We are helping you out. We are like your parents. You have a brother. You have a sister. You have a family. So year before last, it's more than 15 years now. Year before last, we had the schooling phase that got over, and then we had children who have gone out. They like to do nursing, they like to do their teacher's course, they like to do hotel management. So it depends on what they are and how I am able to help them out. Now, this is how I help them do their schooling phase. Once the schooling phase is over, then if there is a child whose mother has just finished a 10th grade, or she has studied up to some classes, some grades, and the illegitimate child is not permitted to, she's not permitted to get married again, we take the child in. On one basis, the mother has to go for higher education. So I have a lot of children whose mothers are being educated. I just want them to know that you educate yourself, and then you have a family again. When you have some amount of money, anybody is going to get married to you again, along with your child. So your child is being educated, you are being educated, and then you have a family life again. Just trying to bring the pieces together. And that is what Pumpkin House is all about. It's more emotionally built up, trying to bring a family together. I even have women, who are working, who are not taking up very good jobs. It's from the red light area and all these kinds of places. But I feel a child is a child, and I don't want that child to follow what the mother has done. Try to get the child out. Try to educate the mother, saying, okay, you have done it. It's, try to come out of it, but the child should not go for it. So these are too many things, that come our way. We're trying our best only to bring the family together. And if their parents are not educated, they don't have parents, then we educate the child. And especially a girl child, how the culture is a little different. The mother feels, and at the age of 14 and 15, a girl has not to go for a higher education and then get her married. Then history repeats itself. Again, she has a little baby. Again, she has not been educated. Again, the poverty, the vicious circle is going around. Someday we try to break it up, make the girls study. And these girls who are doing their nursing, and they are doing well. I somehow being into this education line, sometimes I have to feel, to educate somebody, you need a parent along. But no, emotionally, if a child is helped, they do extremely well. They do, and high dreams. I want to be a pilot. Maybe I may take them to be a pilot, I may not. But then their dreams are high. Okay, down the line, you got to be educated. Even if the culture takes away everything, your husband takes away everything has gone wrong, but you have your education with you. He cannot take that away. After another 20 years, if you want, even if you have to take up a job, you're easy to do it. You can always tell him, you can get your child, being educated, doing your job well. So this is how we build a very personal relation with a child. And not only with the child, but if the mother is also struggling, we try our best to educate the mother and then join them together. Not that I'm going to look after your child a lifelong, but no, you finished your course, so you have to take your child back. We'll give you a little support here and there, morally we'll support you, and that's how life goes on. So we have good friends who are helping us out, but many a times, it is not an organization where I really have, I can say that this is every month I'm getting from somewhere and I can depend. No, you have to be on your knees and you have to pray to God to really give you the money and the strength and the medication, everything that you need. You have to be on your email. It is no email. Many a times your emails will not be answered. You have to be on your knees and really depend that, my God, okay, give me this. This is what I'm trying to do it. And this is my personal experience. If you're doing it honestly, you see ups and downs. But then there are people, angels like y'all, to help me out. The biggest thing is when I see y'all, I feel, why not my girls also educate themselves like this? They fly high and they do well. And I don't expect them to, okay, you come back. It's your mommy's home. It's your home where they say, Mama, this is our home and we want to come back. You can always come back, but try to fly higher and look after yourselves and your children. You make a home, you do well in life. Not that I want back anything from you. All that I want you to do well in life. And to answer God that, okay, I did my bit before I came back to you. That's Pumpkin House.